What up, doe? Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in once again to another Juggalos Review Foods live on Ross TV. Tonight we're doing Little Debbie's St. Patrick's Day mint cream rolls. Mint cream rolls from Little Debbie for St. Patrick's Day. So let's dig right into this. So this is what you got. You got a cream roll, and it's got green frosting on it, like that. Smells minty, kind of like Christmas time. What up, David Reynolds in the chat? Shout out to David Reynolds. All right, let's try it. Tastes like something that you would eat at Christmas time for sure. As always with Little Debbie, the cake is soft, tastes good. You see the cream right down the middle there, like it's very creamy. It doesn't really seem like something that you would eat during St. Patrick's Day. It tastes like all the way Christmas to me. Got some milk this evening. To accompany the cakes. Let's try another one. The mint is subtle. It's not like overpowering with mint. It's just a subtle mint flavor. Kind of reminds you like you're eating a Christmas tree almost. So the cake tastes really good. I'd give, Little Debbie cakes. I don't eat them as much as I used to, but who doesn't like a fucking good Little Debbie cake? Sweet, delicious, been around for decades, many, many years. The cake's a solid like 9. It tastes good just because I like cake, It's delicious. I don't hate the mint flavor. Doesn't come across as like, it reminds me of Christmas so much more than St. Patrick's Day would be my only criticism of it, but it tastes very good.
Where's the fucking van?
I'm getting these voice messages from my friends, so.
You fucking teased us, bro. Send out the damn vid. Where's the van?
Here's a shout out to my Canadian homies from Canada. They can't seem to find the video that I'm doing right now.
You fucking teased us, bro. Send out the damn vid. Where's the van? Where's the vid? Where's the vid? Where's
Hey,
the vid?
what's up, buddy?
Where's the vid? Where's
You're on live, man.
We're on the video?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What's up, Sploss TV? We can't find the live stream. Oh wait, here it might be. Thanks, Sploss. Okay, we're gonna watch it out, bro. We love you.
Alright, love you too, man.
Have a good show.
Thanks.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Alright, for whatever reason they weren't able to see the video, but now they're fucking tuning it out, I guess. Alright, let's jump into another cake here. And also, let's see, I looked up a wiki article about St. Patrick. St. Patrick's Day, or the Feast of St. Patrick, the day of Festival of Patrick, is a cultural and religious celebration held on the 17th of March, the traditional death date of St. Patrick. So it's a celebration that St. Patrick is dead, finally, thank Christ. The foremost patron saint of Ireland. St. Patrick's Day was made an official Christian feast day in the early 17th century and is observed by the Catholic Church, the Anglican Communion, especially the Church of Ireland, the Eastern Orthodox Church, and the Lutheran Church. The day commemorates St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland. Yay! Right, Christianity in Ireland. Woohoo! Exciting time period for Ireland there, getting Christianity. And then it says that it celebrates the heritage and culture of the Irish in general. So the day the Irish became Christians, and just Irish people in general, like, fucking good on you, Ireland, for being Christian and good people. It celebrates involve public parades and festivals and the wearing of green attire or shamrocks. The Christians who belong to liturgical denominations also attend church services. And historically, the Lenten restrictions on eating and drinking alcohol were lifted for the day, which was encouraged and propagated the holiday's traditional alcohol consumption, as apparently people were not allowed to do it most of the time, and then on that day is like the fucking purge of laws towards alcohol. So there's 270 calories in each cream fucking cake. 6 cakes come in a box, as per usual for most Debbie cake things, 5 to 6 things. Let's read about some St. Patrick knowledge. Patrick was a 5th century Romano-British Christian missionary and bishop in Ireland. Much of what is known about St. Patrick comes from the Declaration, which was allegedly written by Patrick himself. It is believed that he was born in Roman Britain in the 4th century into a wealthy Romano-British family. His father was a deacon and his grandfather was a priest in the Christian church. According to the Declaration, at the age of 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and taken as a slave to, I don't know how to say this, some part of Ireland, Gaelic Ireland. It says that he spent 6 years there working as a shepherd, and that during this time he found God. The Declaration says that God told Patrick to flee to the coast, where a ship would be waiting to take him home. After making his way home, Patrick went on to become a priest. According to tradition, Patrick returned to Ireland to convert the pagan Irish to Christianity. The Declaration says that he spent many years evangelizing in the northern half of Ireland and converted thousands. Patrick's efforts against the Druids were eventually turned into an allegory in which he drove snakes out of Ireland, and Ireland never had any snakes. It says in parentheses. Tradition holds that he died on 17th of March and was buried on Down Patrick. Over the following centuries, many legends grew up around Patrick, and he became Ireland's foremost saint. So, St. Patrick's Day is like a religious fucking guy. St. Patrick's a religious fucking spreader of Christianity throughout Ireland. And he's not like Jesus, the fucking like Big Daddy mob boss, main guy, Jesus Christ. He's just like a saint. He's spreading the word of Jesus, I guess. Right? Well, Pat, you want some? Whoop whoop, I stabbed people. I didn't know it was a religious holiday, lol. That man bun kind of makes you look like a Chinese geisha. Ross and Not Slim 1 videos inspired me to finally go to the gathering. This year will be my first one. Let's read some criticism about St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day celebrations have been criticized, particularly for their association with public drunkenness and disorderly conduct. Right, obviously. Some argue that the festivities have become too commercialized and tacky and have strayed from their original purpose of honoring St. Patrick and Irish heritage. And I would have to fucking fully heartedly agree if that's truly the origination of what the celebration of St. Patrick's Day. He was spreading like Christian belief in Ireland. And getting drunk in America seems to have nothing to do with that at all. So, journalist Neil O'Dowd has criticized attempts to recast St. Patrick's Day as a celebration of multiculturalism rather than a celebration of Irishness. St. Patrick's Day celebrations have also been criticized for fostering demeanoring stereotypes of Ireland and Irish people. An example is the wearing of leprechaun outfits, which are based on derogatory 19th century caricatures of the Irish. Well, I'm sorry, that's what Irish people look like, right? They wear fucking green little round town people hats and wear little vests and black shoe buckle shoes. I mean, call it like you see it, right? In the run-up to St. Patrick's Day 2014, the Ancient Order of Hibernians successfully campaigned to stop major American retailers from selling novelty merchandise that promoted negative Irish stereotypes. Those fucking leprechaun horror movies with the first one had Jennifer Aniston in it? I got those for... My wife got me those. Erica, she got me them for some birthday or some event a few years back. I have only seen clips of the Leprechaun horror films. I actually have never seen them, so I'd love to check them out eventually. For some reason, I just haven't watched any of them yet. I've seen clips of Leprechaun in the Hood on TV at the hospital I work at, on like in a room, and that one looked really funny, and like maybe they're all funny, but the first one looks like it's like mostly scary, I guess. So there's only one cake left, and on every episode of Juggalos Review Foods, we eat the whole fucking meal. Bottoms up. Thank you to the 12 people who are tuning in, watching right now. Again, my final assessment of the cakes is that when you first bite into them, they remind you of Christmas time more than it does to do with St. Patrick's Day. Maybe if the cakes were completely green, this is a white cake drizzled in a green frosting. I think it should be more green than this. Probably would still taste like a Christmas tree flavor-wise, but I don't know. It's not a bad design, white on green. It looks nice, but when you think of St. Patrick's stuff, you think of like fucking engulfed in green, right? And the mint, again, is not overpowering. It's a subtle mint flavor. And it's like any of their standard cream cakes. It's quality Little Debbie fucking confection. It's great. And no, I haven't seen big horror movie fan, obviously, but haven't really fucking dove into the Leprechaun movies. But that's alright, because, like, it's there waiting for me. You know, that's sometimes cool about not running through all of, you know, what's out there. For example, like, this is totally off topic to anything, but Rick and Morty, I'm still on the season 3 that's out now, and I haven't fully watched all of it yet. So while the world's waiting on more Rick and Morty episodes, if you're a Rick and Morty fan, you know they got approved for all these seasons, but it's still, you know, there's still no new episodes out yet. I've still got some to catch up on, so it's just out there waiting for me. That is correct, Spooky Defunga. Leprechaun 1 is Jennifer Aniston's first movie. That's correct. I'll have a new Leprechaun coming out, somebody says. One, 2, 3, and 6 are good to watch. 4 and 5 suck. I had no idea that there were... Oh, he must be talking about Child's Play. Because I know there's not that many fucking Leprechaun movies. Back to the hood, not in the hood. Iceman says, mint should never be mixed in anything. Mint should only be mint. Yeah, I mean, this might prevent this review of this mint cake from being a 10, because Debbie cakes are what they are. I don't know if you could say that any Debbie cake is necessarily a 10. For what it is, I would say, you know, it would be a 10. An oat milk cream pie. What more do you want it to be? That's probably like a 10. This cream cake would have been a 10 maybe if it wasn't for the mint, which I don't hate the mint, but mint's not my favorite thing, so therefore that's a point off. If you're not a fan of mint, then you'll fucking not like this at all. Even if it is a subtle mint flavor, it's mint, and if you're not into that fucking shit, then... So... Not Slim On asked if I gave this a 10. No, I gave it a 9. It would be a 10 if I, like, just fucking loved mint. Iceman seemed like he said he hated mint. I don't mind mint. It's at certain times when mint is better, like Christmas time, and I think they're trying to pull it off for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if it really worked. But just because this is a Debbie cake, that is a creamy, tasty cake, I give it a high rating of a 9, you know, so... Someone said the mint rolls taste like toothpaste is on it. Like, I could see that. Mint is like a fucking tricky dick fucking thing, you know? Because it can give like a refreshing type of appeal, but it kind of reminds you of toothpaste, and you don't want to associate toothpaste with food. Toothpaste flavored like a Little Debbie cake. Yes, it's toothpaste flavored like a Little Debbie cake. Alright, so St. Patrick's Day, Little Debbie cake, mints. I'd say a 9 out of 10. If you don't like mint, this would be like a 6 out of 10. I think you could tolerate it for the fact it's like a cake, but if you really, really hate mint, maybe it's like, don't even bother. Washing it down with Homestead Creamery milk. They have different flavors of milk. They have orange sickle. Never tried that. This is just regular like whole milk. And that's all she wrote on that. Yeah, so like, if you don't even like mint at all, don't even fucking go near this. Hey, what's up? You're on the show.
Hell yeah, we were just wondering how much sugar was in them cakes.
It says there's 6 servings. There's 270 calories per cake, and then total sugars is 28 grams.
So 30 grams times 6 is 180 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Well, except you didn't eat them all. What's this shit Spooky's talking about? You took the health conscious route.
I ate them all right now.
Oh, okay, what's Spooky talking about? We missed part of the show, just a little section.
Okay, well, I ate them all. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, Spooky says he doesn't eat the whole fucking thing anymore. He took a more health conscious route. Juggalos review celery and loneliness. So 300 grams of sugar, huh, Ross?
Is that what you determined it was? 300 grams? So there you have it. It's 300 grams. Thanks, you little fucking brat bitch. And that's all she wrote on this episode of Juggalos Review Foods. Thanks again. Once again, I'm your host, Ross TV, motherfucking host of the show. Few years running here. Stay fucking tuned to some more content that we put out coming up.